I'm going to start off by giving you a bit of inspiration. Anyone here heard of the Barefoot Investor? I'm sure you all have. Now, Scott Pape has done an amazing job with his book and the success of his book. He sold 250,000 copies in the first 6 months and over 2 million copies to date. There's at least one book, Barefoot Investor book, per every 20 Australian households, and Scott's stock tips are enough to cause rises of up to 22% in just a few days. So what that means is he has become an unbelievably influential person. His business has just gone through the roof and he's become an amazing bestseller just by writing his book. But not just writing his book, doing all the things that I'm going to be sharing with you after he gave birth to that book. Then we have this very interesting book, which I'm sure many of you have heard of as well, if not all of you. The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up by Marie Kondo. She sold over 11 million copies, not bad. I'm sure you would love that sort of number with your book. She's been published in more than 30 countries. She's had a Netflix series, Tidying Up with Marie Kondo, and she's been listed as one of Time magazine's 100 most influential women. So she did pretty well out of her book, wouldn't you say? Not a bad effort. Go, Marie. And next we have a book that you may or may not have heard of. When it was sort of first launched in its first 2 years or few years, it was massive. It's called 4 Ingredients. So over 340 quick, easy, delicious recipes using 4 or less ingredients. Now, the reason I love to share this story is because Kim McCrosker and Rachel Birmingham struggled to get published. They were rejected by every major publisher in Australia. But because of their life experience and knowing what a hassle it is to try and create some magnificent meal for your family night after night after night when you're busy and working and, you know, everyone in your household is doing their thing, they knew this book was going to resonate with the Australian public, and their families actually believed in them. So their families are the ones that invested in them and allowed them to birth their baby into the world. Well, it's unbelievable. They became the second best-selling self-published authors in Australian history. They sold 400,000 copies in 2007, placing second only to Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, which, I mean, not bad for a book about cooking meals with just 4 ingredients. And so far, they've sold over 3 million copies. It's evolved into 37 books, a cooking show, and Kim McCrosker actually owns the sole rights now, and she's a multi-millionaire. But what I love about this story in particular, I mean, all the stories are very inspiring, but I've read quite a lot about Kim's journey and Rachel's journey. And she's had to deal with so much rejection and put so much hard yakka into marketing her book. She had no money. She was absolutely penniless by the time she self-published her book. She marketed herself like a dog with the bone. She wrote press releases. She contacted the press. Finally, she was given some airtime, and with every bit of airtime, that led to a bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. And her determination was fueled by the motivation to pay back her family who had invested in her and believed in her idea. And it's a perfect example of how anyone can be this amazing, successful author and have an incredible business if you've written the book to leverage your business and get you more business opportunities. If you just put in the work and the effort and the fun, because it's not all work and effort, it's actually a lot of fun once you get the momentum going, to market your book properly once you've given birth to it.